My inspiration picture was more of this like pale yellow color, and I don't think it looks terrible with my skin tone. I just don't know if it looks a little too naked or too close to white for like a being a guest at a wedding. I think I might make the top mock-up out of this one and then see if I like it. And then if I don't like it, then I might go bold with this one. I've had this one for a really long time. This is like another bed sheet, and I think it just needs to be made into something I really like. The pattern of the flowers and the blue colors. Okay, let's start with the mock-up. I like to use thrifted bed sheets that I find at my local thrift store. Always look for 100% cotton as it's the easiest to work with. And I pre-wash everything before I use it. Now that I kind of have this base, I can kind of tweak it to how I want it to look. My inspiration for this dress comes from an ad I saw on Instagram that's from H&M. As much as I don't want to support any fast fashion brands, I can't deny when I like a style, and I saw this dress and instantly knew that I had to try my own hand at making it. So now that the kids are asleep, I can finally get back to this. Okay, so I'm gonna add this triangle piece down the center. So while I was deciding if I wanted to make the dress in this version for the final or if I wanted to actually make it into the blue one, I messed up the body pieces and I cut too much off when I was making the alterations. So in the end, I would have to recut the bodice pieces anyway. So I would have to recut those in the final version. So what I'm going to do now, as advised by my two confidants, they told me to do the blue. So I'm gonna stick with their ideas, and then my sister said that if I didn't like how the blue one turned out, this one's already halfway made, so then I can go back to this one. So let's just jump into that part and let's get that going. Day, and I have all of my pieces cut out for the blue dress. So now really the only thing I have to do is put it all together. I did cut out an added lining piece out of like an old bed pillowcase that I had, so that should cover the lining of the bodice, just so that I didn't have two floral pieces lined up against each other, so you could see the lining pattern through the front. I just think it looks nicer when you have a solid liner. But yeah, I'm gonna put that all together now. Okay, everything is ironed and finished to the point where I'm ready to put the lining and attach it to the bodice. So I'm gonna try this on, see if I can fit it over my shoulders. If I can, then I don't need to add a zipper. If I can't, then I have to take out this tiny little back seam to account for a zipper, and then I will add the lining for the liner. Yes! Yeah. Okay, and then I'll be able to pull it in tight. Awesome. Alright, so we're day 4 of making this dress, and I think we're going pretty well. I made some ties last night for the waist, and also ties that I might use for the top of the back. The dress that I'm kind of basing this off of, like the inspiration, has that tie just for keeping the shoulders up, because it's such a low back and then a low front for the sleeves and everything that the weight needs something to kind of pull it together. Maybe I'll use them, maybe I won't, but it's nice to have that anyway. Made those last night. I added gathering stitches to the top of the sleeves so that when I attach them I can gather them in and make them a little bit puffy, and added pockets last night. So really, let's see what we have. So made 2 ties for the waist, 2 ties that I might use for the top of the back. This big circular piece is the pockets that I made, nice and deep. Then this is where the top is at, so everything is finished. These are the sleeves. Did 2 rows of a gathering stitch on it. Finished off this edge. Really, I think today I want to attach the skirt. Today I want to attach the sleeves, and then we can go from there. Doing my first test fit and seeing how it looks. I don't think it looks too bad at this point, and yeah, I definitely wanted to cinch it in at the back with the ties. and very glad with how my pockets placements turned out. At this point though, without the sleeves, it kind of looks a little like a 1950s, just with the floral pattern, the length, and the v-neck. But I am definitely leaning towards having the sleeves just for the added warmth in March weather. Okay. I can't tell if I love it or I absolutely hate it. That fixes the gaping at the back a lot better. Make them more fitted through the arm. I don't know if that's better or worse. I think I'm also going to raise the hem a little bit, so let's try that. I'm just having so much. Better angle. So the back is nothing. This side is just the 3 inches, and the front is the 2 inches. Get out of your head, get out of your head, get out of your head. You still have 1 week to finish this. It was at this point that she did not know what to do. So best bet was just to mark the stuff that I knew for sure that I wanted, which was raising the hem of the skirt, adjusting the shoulders, and just working on undoing the stuff that I knew that I need to be changed. It's later in the night and I have been in such a not bad mood, but like just a lack of will to do much. So we're just gonna write off this day, but I wanted to finish it off with a high note. And I trimmed all of the adjustments that I was going to make to the blue dress, and I'm going to trim off the bottom to make it the right length that I want it to be. Hope for better luck tomorrow. And tomorrow indeed looked more like this, where I just kind of took some time away from the project. Gave me time to kind of stew in my thoughts, create some other things, just gave me time to kind of step away from the project, think about what I actually wanted to do, and just give me some space. So I made a few sewing things, tried to do some crochet, and just kind of give me some breathing space from the project because it was putting me in a pretty bad headspace. And this little cutie was helping me kind of decide what I wanted to do next. What do you think? Or we just scrap it all. Boop. So stepping back into the project, I found that I was very stuck on how the long sleeves looked very bell-like and kind of 70s, which wasn't what I was going for. So I tried adding a waist sash just to kind of cinch in the waist to see how it would look first. And although it gives it a different silhouette, it wasn't what I initially pictured, and it doesn't look terrible, but it just wasn't what I wanted for this dress. I still liked the original waistline, and I wanted to see what it would look like with other sleeve variations. So I was trying out a 3/4 length sleeve, which with this waistline, I don't mind at all. I think it actually looks really nice. But because it was still March and still fairly cold, I wasn't ready to chop off the sleeves and sacrifice any warmth that I could keep. So then my other idea that I was thinking of was keeping long sleeves but adding in these 2 elasticated points in the long sleeves. I've seen Rosary Apparel do this to one of her dresses, and I can't remember where she got the inspiration from, but I actually really liked how this looked and almost had a semi-medieval and whimsical feel to the dress that I was actually really into and kind of sparked my motivation and interest to get back into sewing. I think I'm gonna play thread chicken. If you can't see, it's back there. Can you see it? I don't feel like changing it right now, and even though that is one of the last thread spools that does use up a lot of thread, I've been playing thread chicken for a while. What's one more time? How big the sleeve was. Come on. I was able to finish this dress with 2 days to spare before the wedding, making my total work days 8, but not including the 2-day break I gave myself midway. These setbacks happen, but not everything is perfect. But taking time to myself and coming back to a project fresh and rejuvenated helps me when I'm in a creative slump. And finally, just finishing up some hand sewing in the final touches, and I think it's time for the reveal. To say that I'm only pleased with this dress is an understatement. I'm so proud of myself for finishing this and working through some creative hurdles along the way. I've attempted this waistline before, but never to this success, and also this is a new sleeve pattern for me that I've never tried before, and I'm also really happy with how it looks. It's kind of quirky and whimsical, but it keeps my arms warm, so I am very happy. I finally tracked down the inspiration for the sleeves. I found them in a video from Rosary Apparel where she makes the Freya sewing pattern by Veronica Tucker. Although my sleeves are not exactly the same, I give credit to Veronica and Janelle for the inspiration behind them. They are so lovely. I'd like to say congratulations to anyone who made it to the very end of the video. I know it was a doozy, but thanks for watching, and if you like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Hi grandmas, I love you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye. There's just an ATV parade outside my house. Enjoying the weather. Okay.